Yes.
Okay, done. So our next step. So I am just open one notepad. Okay. So guys, for every project, I just write it here. For every project, whatever the steps we have to follow. Okay. So guys, step one is to first you have to identify your project. Okay. First, identify your project, that in which project you have to analyze that what are the sources you have, like excel file, okay, like csv file or any folder, okay, or like any like sql, like sql folder file. Guys, please note, just a minute. Okay, so we have all these file together, and then step two is connect the data source into file to power bi, connect the data source into Power BI. This is your second step. And guys, step third, you have to transform the data into your Power BI. Transform the data. And transform data in which form? Like, suppose you need to add any column, or second, you have to make dim and fact table. And third, you have to remove any formatting, remove or change any data type. Remove, change any data type. And then guys, step 4, sorry. So step 4, when you transform the data, you have to just load the data into power bi, and this step will be for all project, not only for this project, for all project. If you're doing the task for project step by step, then your project will be done, and at the end you will not getting any error into project, you will not getting any challenge into project. Yeah, little bit challenge you have faced, like function whether it's correct or not, but if you are making this step by step, your all the challenge will be clear step by step. And then step 4, step 5, we have to make a modeling. Modeling means to make a relationship between these two tables, relationship between fact and dimension table. So guys, before moving again next point, I'm asking you, what is the difference between fact and dimension table? Anyone tell me, like Shweta and Jasmeet, Ritu, anyone tell me what is the difference between fact and dim table? Because the next step is to make a modeling, and when you make a modeling, you have to analyze, you have to remember that two things, fact and dimension table into your data. So anyone? I can't hear you, Jasmeet.
The fact table is that in which we have all the records, all the
Mm-hmm.
data records, and dim table are the parts of the rest of the tables. Like we can connect from the fact table.
Okay. So dim table, you can just tell me in the simple way that dim table is only a unique number of items, and fact table we have a total number of items. Okay. So this is just a simple way you have to connect.
Yes.
Like I will give you one example here. Example I already given. So the second example, suppose if you are working in some banking sector. Okay. If you are working in banking sector and your work is suppose selling credit cards, selling credit cards, like there is a three types of cards. You have a platinum, okay, you have a gold, and third you have a diamond. This kind of cards you have to sell to the customer. Okay, you have to sell this card to the customer, and in the first day, suppose in 1st July 2021, you have sell suppose 1000 cards, and out of this 1000 cards, I can just tell you 20 will be platinum, okay, 200 will be platinum, and 300 will be gold, okay, and 500 is diamond. Okay, so this is your total first day sale. 1000 card you have sell, 2000, 200, 300 and 500 you have sell diamond, gold and platinum. So you have total sale. You have total sale is 1000, but your total what I say only like card type. If I say only the card type is 3. So these 3 is the dimension table and this handed into the fact table. This 1000 into the handed table and this card type into a dim table. So this is the best example for relationship between fact table and dimension table. These two date table we have already making, like fact table we have cryptocurrency data, dim table we have cryptocurrency name and symbol, and second dim table or date table. So these 5 steps we have done now, and now step number 6. After making a relationship, we have to make some calculation in the form of function. Calculation in the form of DAX function. Okay, and DAX function also we have two types. Like first is implicit and second is explicit. Okay, so these two types we have a DAX function, and step 7. These DAX function in the form of some calculation, and then you have to analyze your data with some advanced functions. Like I can sell some advanced X, it means some of the time intelligence and condition function. Condition functions, and after that step 9, 8, sorry. Step 8 is to make a reports in the form of visualization. Okay. Then step 9, you have to make your dashboards. And guys, I'm going to ask you one question. What is the difference between this report and dashboards? Anyone? What is the difference between this reports and dashboards? Anyone, guys? Shweta, Ritu? Guys, any knowledge you have like earlier? Jasmeet, you tell me. What is the difference between these reports and dashboards?
The report is which we create in our Power BI,
Hmm?
and the dashboard is the full when we
See,
have completed all
the dashboard
together.
is, yeah, see, report is just a visualization which we create in Power BI desktop. But
Yes.
dashboard is a reports which we create into Power BI service or publish into Power BI service after making the reports. Okay, suppose see, this is when I make these reports, Power BI portfolio, analyze and price index. These three are the reports only, because when you click on this, it's showing as a reports pane. This is not a dashboard. This is just a report. But what is dashboard? Suppose when you click on the new page, okay, click on the new page and I can write it as suppose Bitcoin dashboard. Okay, Bitcoin dashboard, and you can just go to this crypto portfolio and select a limited things, not all the complete things. Select limited thing. Like if I select this Bitcoin, where there is a Bitcoin, this is my Bitcoin. If I select my this Bitcoin, okay, see in this Bitcoin we have all the data, last of listing price, and when we click on this, right click, just a minute, drill through into analyzing part. Okay, see, this is my Bitcoin dashboard, and when you complete these dashboards, only the one way. This is my only Bitcoin data, not for all currency data. This is only for Bitcoin data. See, currency I have select. Which currency I have select into this portfolio? Suppose if I select this second currency, right click and drill through into analyzing part, it will automatically take me into next page. See, this is my next currency. So if you showing this currency into your Power BI service and publish this report into Power BI dashboard and make on the basis of this, suppose if I click on this publish, save, see there is an option. I have multiple option. First I will adding my workspace. If I click on this my workspace, I have also one option here, the dashboard. So if I make this report into my dashboard, then it will be directly make publish into my dashboard parts. And when I share this report only for this currency, this is known as complete dashboard for this currency. Otherwise, in the Power BI desktop, we have just making a reports. When you report publish into Power BI service, it is called as dashboards. Okay, so this is the difference between reports and dashboard. And guys, step 10, this is the final step, that dashboard will be shared to anyone. Dashboard will be shared to anyone, like manager, okay, CEO, or any other level, whether your company or not. So this is your total 10 steps. So right now we are just completing our fourth step and we are moving into our fifth step. So this is my main file and I'm going to my fifth step. Fifth step is to making a relationship between these fact table as well as dimension table. See, this is my crypto portfolio. This is my fact table. And these two are the dim table, crypto symbol and crypto date. See, it is automatically connected, symbol by symbol. It is automatically connected with the Power BI. Why it is connected? Because in my Power BI, we have a setting that if the column name is same between fact table and dim table, it is automatically connected. But if it's not, collect, if I remove this deletion, click on this, yeah, if I remove this deletion and see, I have removed this. Okay, and how to make a relationship? Click on this manage relationship. If the relationship is not connected, there is a two-way. First one is click on this symbol and just move down into symbol to symbol. This relationship will be connected. Same way, date to date, the symbol will be connected. But second thing, if you don't want to do this thing, you have to just go to manage relationship and it will give you the option that you have to select new relationship. Okay, you have select your table name, suppose crypto symbol, and second table you have crypto portfolio and make a relationship. See, symbol white symbol, it is automatically connected, and relationship name one to many, it is automatically taken one to one, one to many, sorry. Why it is one to many? Because in my dim table we have just one currency, but in this table we have one currency showing multiple times. Because in the fact table you have a duplicate value, but under the dim table you don't have a duplicate value, then it will be showing as one to many. So it is a complete relationship, and when you click on this okay, and see your relationship will be this much, and see your file will be done after some time maybe. When I click on this close, then you make the second. Same way, when you click on this new, now we have make our new relationship with the dates table. The second table we have portfolio, and see, right now it's not connected because dates to date is not connected, or is it not taking the complete name. So click on this date, click on this date, and see the relationship is automatically connected one to many. Make this, why this is also a one to many? Because in this date file we have all the date will be unique, but in this file we don't have any unique date, we have a duplicate date as well as. Okay, so click on this okay. So we have all the relationship made, and total guys we have total of 4 types of relationship. I'm just telling you, close this one and see the relationship is make one to many. This one is also one to many. And when I click on any line, When I click on any line, see, it will directly take me into this relationship, and you have to change as well. As if you want to change, you can change your relationship. And guys, we have total of 4 types of relationship. I'm just clicking on this: many to one, one to many, or many to many. Many to one and one to many both are same. Same means, suppose if you connect your fact table to dim table, it is showing as many to one, and if you connect your dim table to the fact table, it is showing as one to many. So it will be a same for all the things. Same way, the next is one to many, one to one. So guys, one to one is using a when. Suppose you have some table in which you have a category, and you have next table in which you have a subcategory. Then when you connect your subcategory to the category, it is showing as one to one, not as one to many. Okay, so you have different types of category. Then you have to use one to one, and many to many is, suppose if you are working in some multinational company, and in this company you have a multiple branches. Okay, multiple branches like Pune, Gurgaon, Delhi, this kind of branches you have. And when you select this kind of branches fact table, because every branch has a every transaction, every daily basis they have a transaction. So for every branch we have total of 5 branch and 5 fact table. And suppose 5 fact table means 5 dimension table as well as. So for one branch we have a 1 dimension and 1 fact. So for 5 branch we have a 5 fact and 5 dimension. So how to connect? If we need to merge all this, second option, you have to merge all the fact file together and all the dim file together. The third option is you have to connect all the dim file together, but fact file will be this function like many to many. Okay, so this function will be using when you have a multiple branches. So guys, these many to many and many one to one, this is recently using, because a little bit like as I say, in total of 5 to 10% using only, but many to one and one to many using 95% for every project. Whether you've done a single or normal or very highly project, it will be just for one or two go. But this one to one or one to many or many to one, it will be highly important, and it will be very important for our future project as well. As we will do all these as well as one to one and many to many, but it will take some, whether we have a project or not, I will try, but we will do these two also. Okay, and click on this OK button, and see, your relationship will be ready. So now our fifth step will be done. When I click on this, our fifth step will be done, complete. And now our sixth step is calculated in the form of DEX function, implicit or explicit. So now I'm going to my report pane. This is my report pane, guys. Okay, so for this report pane, I think you have knowledge about something, because see, query editor and DEX function and the relationship, it is a like a different thing, but visualization is a different thing. Because when you're making any dashboard or any report, your main thing will be showing into your visualization, not your DEX function, not your anything. Your visualization will be important. After that, after all the things will be done, your visualization will be important. And guys, in the insert tab or in the view tab, there is an option here as a themes mean you have to select your color coding. Okay, so if I click on this theme, and right now if I select my theme like this one, this blue color. So if I need to change my custom theme as well as, click on this and customize current theme. When you customize current theme, it will be current theme is blue, this kind of way. Okay, so if you want to change your theme, you can change it by this, and whatever theme you want, you can change the color like for one color. Or if you go to Google as well as, like Power BI theme color. Okay, and you can choose any of the theme. See, this is your color coding as well as. See, if you need this kind of themes, like this presentation, if you want, so there is a color coding in the below, I think. See, there is a color coding. So you can choose this kind of color, and see, this is the color coding. You can just select this color, color one, this much, click on this and just paste it and then apply. See, color is changing. Same way you can done for everything. Click on this too. I need this color. Okay, then you can change your theme color to, my color is changing for everyone. Copy. Because why it is important, guys? Because visualization give you the best presentation of your view. Okay, and there is a fourth one. Copy and just paste it. Color 5. Okay, so this way you have to change your color for all the color if you want. Okay, see the same thing, all the color will be changed for this theme. And if you're using this theme, see this theme is very good way. I think it is not as a better way. See, this is a very good theme to you can use for this theme as well as. Okay, this is not a very good theme, but it is okay with for everything. Okay, so you can use any of the theme. You can select, see, after that when you select this one, all the colors, your color theme will be there for this kind of theme, and you can choose any of the color for this. And the see second theme, you have this kind of themes, so you can change this also. You can change this color also in a good way. When you click on this more, it will give you the complete structure of this. So you can change your Power BI theme, because guys, theme is also important when you make any kind of project into Power BI. Okay, so now we are moving into our fourth project. So our sixth option. So before making sixth option, I'm just click on this chart, this card type, and for this card, I'm just here as put as a close value. Okay, so this one is my close value. Click on this above, go to home, copy, paste, 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 paste. You can do multiple times paste. Okay, why I'm doing this, I will tell you. Okay, and click on this. Instead of close, you want as a high. Instead of close, you want as a low. Instead of this, I want as market. Instead of this, I want as open. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and volume. Okay, so these five are the implicit measure. Why this is implicit? Because guys, this total Power BI is automatically done. We have not done anything into this. Power BI, we have just import my data into Power BI, and see this summation sign gave you the total of this much. Okay, total of this all the value, and this will be known as implicit measure because it will be changing as per our mouse click. Right? See, when I click on this high value, right now, when you click on this drop arrow, right now it's sum. But if you want this value as an average, see, it will be as a average of 1.02. So it will be a changing as per your requirement, minimum, maximum, count or standard deviation, variance, median. It will be a changes. But for further calculation, suppose if we want average high price for only for Bitcoin, then how to calculate with this? We cannot calculate because this implicit measure cannot be reusable. So before calculating any measure, before calculating any analyzing measure, we have to make our measure part strong. Strong means we have to make all the measure into explicit measure. Explicit means we have to make all these measure: close, volume, open, high, low, market cap by your explicit measure. So for this, we have to connect our new table, go to this modeling and select a new table. And you can write a table name as a key measure, because every measure we want to just create into this table, and just click on this enter. Okay, so my new table will be there. Okay, my new table is there. And if you want to create any new measure, you can just click on this. There is a new measure this way. And second option, in the calculation part, you have a new measure. So you can just click on this new measure and you have entered the same. So I am just click on this new measure, and I can just write my function here of Power BI function. See, and if I write it here as close, first one is close. So I click on this close value, or you can make as close price. So guys, close price. First, you have to just analyze. You want your total close price or you want your average close price? Because cryptocurrency data is showing for day wise data, day wise. So for day wise, you have to calculate your close price for some. It is not a good value for this cryptocurrency. So for this kind of like real time or cryptocurrency or that kind of project will be stated or will be fluctuated for every minutes. You have to make average calculation for this kind of data. But if you are working into sales, budget, forecasting, or like healthcare society, healthcare companies, professional companies, this kind of things, so you have to calculate sum. But in the real time, which is changing into just 1 by 1 minutes or 1 hour or 2 hour changes, so you will be using as average function. So average, and we want as a close price, close, and just click on enter. It will give you the value of close price, and see the new measure will be written here. And see, this is my key measure table. So I don't want any column into this. So just click on this right click, and you can just hide this column from your table, because I don't want any column into this, and my key measure only has close price. And when you go into new card chart and write it here as close price, and see what is the value it given, 1987. And when you click on this close, here's a sum. But when you click on this average, it will be given the same value. Nothing is different. Value is same, but this function is not reusable, and this function is reusable for every project. For analyzing part, this function is reusable, but this is not reusable. Why? Because it has a multiple option into this: average, minimum, maximum. And same way, when you click on this, it does not showing any of the value, because you have just calculated average. It is showing as a only average value. So this is the difference of our text measure for implicit and explicit measure. So guys, anyone, you have any doubt into this?
Yes,
Just
I
please
need to
share.
know
Mhm.
what is close price?
Close price is like, suppose when you have data of this cryptocurrency, I just open this one. Suppose if I open this one. Okay, so first you have to analyze. Analyze means what is cryptocurrency. So guys, cryptocurrency is, suppose today is 1st uh, July 2021, and market open time, suppose 9 a.m. Okay, and close time is market open time, and same way market close time is 6 p.m. Okay, this is your market open and close. See, when your market is open, okay, when your market is open, your open prices of for this currency this much. Okay, and when your market is closed, your close price will be this much. Okay, there is a difference. If you select difference, just go to this. This is your difference of 0.00755. This is your 1 day difference. But same way, when your market is open at 9, your open price is this, close at 6, your close price is this, and high and low. High and low, guys, in a full day. It means in a working day, like July, 1st of July. In a working day, July, your high price means when your market open, the price will be goes up to 0.0019 point this, but low price is 0.09, and then your price will be up and down, up and down. It will be going on, but low price for this currency for 1 day, high price for this currency for 1 day, and open and close price, it will be a bid price, guys, actually. Okay, so when your market is open, and guys, it is like highly fluctuated. When you work in stock market, it is highly fluctuated. So for this currency data, we don't want as a sum. When I click on this close and go to enter, my total sum is 75334. We don't want this. We want average. What is the average price of this currency for completed year? Okay, so we want as an average. We don't want as a sum of this total price. What is the actual we need of sum? Because sum is not important for every currency. Okay, only the average price is important for every currency, because it is a highly fluctuating and it's a dependence changing for every minutes or every hour. Like as a gold price. What is gold price? Suppose on the daily basis we are discussing that gold is suppose today is 50,900, next day is 50,700, next day 50,800. So price will be changing or fluctuating, same as petrol, same as this kind of things. So you can analyze this kind of things into for an average function only, not using as a sum function. Always using average function, because we need average. Okay, now doubt is clear, or any other doubts in your mind? Clear, or any other doubt?
Yes, clear.
Okay, and anyone else? Okay, so guys, this is for today's session. Okay, so we have created almost like all the basic thing we have covered for this project. Like main thing we have written, main thing we have remembered, like key measure. So tomorrow, next day after tomorrow, we have created all the key measures and making this kind of dashboards. So in total of 3 days, we are making this complete dashboards, same this way, this kind of way. 2 or 3 days, maybe tomorrow or maybe day after tomorrow, we will complete this much. Okay, so I hope you understand for this. Or any other doubt, you can ask me now if you have anything in your mind. Okay, so I think you all are understood. So let me stop my screen share. And guys, after the class, suppose if you have any doubt, I will share this video recording to you after suppose 1 hour. After 1 hour, I will share the recordings and data material. So guys, please make practice up to this part and make many calculation, many DAX function as per your requirement, because I am not going to share my file with you, because in my file all the function written, but I want all the function with you. If you do tomorrow, day after tomorrow, I will share my file as well as, but today not. Today only I will share this file, this working file, so that this working file will be, you have managed your working file, your open new working file and make the transformation changes relationship, and then stop the file into measure. If you want to do some advanced measure with your own, you can do. Otherwise, don't worry, we will do day after tomorrow class. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.